Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Right now, they have an opening for a termite technician. Health benefits, matching retirement plan, yearly raises, bonuses, and more, all from East Tennessee's biggest and best locally owned pest control company. If you're interested in a full-time job with these folks, some folks that I trust, call Southeast Termite and Pest Control this week. I can't think of better people to work for than the Haynes family. Southeast Termite and Pest Control. SoutheastTermite.com if you simply need pest control. Or if you need crawl space encapsulation, they do that too. Give them a shout this week, Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Okay, just a couple of notes. I heard a couple of false, let's read through this. Here are these tweets we were talking about earlier. Danny Cannell, Troll, Tennessee. Congrats, Tennessee baseball, on a great season. So many memorable moments, flipping opponents off, rounding the bases, coach getting tossed for chest-bumping umpire, crying over balls and strikes, and, of course, so many pimped-out bat flips. What a legacy. And then Vol fans just lit him up, proving, of course, that we don't care what you say. Well, I thought this was interesting. Wes Rucker, local media. I have very little problem with the way Tennessee plays baseball. Many love it. Many hate it. Sports have heels. I appreciate not being bored. This seems to be a running theme. Vince, you may disagree. Gentry Estes of the Tennessean. You say these Vols are bad for college baseball. I'm pushing back because college baseball can be really boring, y'all. Then you get down there, he says, the Vols are the reward for watching it. They made it fun the way pro wrestling needs a great heel. And then Outkick of the coverage, by playing the role of villain, Tennessee has single-handedly raised the profile of a niche sport. Yeah, nobody watched college baseball before Tennessee. All of college baseball and ESPN should send Tony Vitello, Jordan Beck for his bird flip, and the entire Vols team a bouquet of flowers to thank them. More bird flips. All right. My question, Vince, you mentioned this. You don't know that next year's team may have this personality. I don't think you ever, if they wanted to downplay this now, I don't think you can, because guys are signing with Tennessee to do this. They see this, they like this, they want to be a part of the program. I think it'd be I think it's highly unlikely that you're ever going to get a new group of 25 who walk in there and say, let's retire the fur coat. This isn't us. Maybe it happens, but I think this is kind of who they are, and they're going to continue to be this way. Like it, don't like it, they're going to be the villains of baseball. Do you disagree with that?
It could be different. They may have personality, they may express themselves, but maybe not do it the same way. Not everybody does their celebrations the same way. Clemson, back in 2019, had this, they bring out this basket, and then dunk on it after they hit home run. So this kind of stuff has been happening in a long time.
Big on props.
Right. So here's the thing. Tennessee was so good. They're hitting so many home runs. Home runs, a lot of bat flips. Well, there's a lot more home runs than there's ever been. So their style brought some new eyes to the sport, but it's because they were good. And they may have a different personality that maybe won't rub people the wrong way, the same. And one other quick thing.
These guys say it's because they're villains. Is why they brought people in.
It's not solely because of that.
So you don't believe it?
No. And also, a lot of people that took shots at Tennessee didn't watch a lot of college baseball, because the stuff that they did, there were a few exceptions, the bird flip and a few, but there's a lot of showmanship in college baseball, trust me.
But boy, these college baseball fans sure seem to hate Tennessee more than they hate other teams. I mean, Cal State Fullerton used to be dominant. I don't remember hatred aimed at Cal State Fullerton. But now let me do one thing wrong here. This one gets kicked around, Josh. I heard somebody on your radio show this week talk about these are good young men. They sign autographs. They take photos with the kids. They do all. Yeah. I haven't heard anybody say these are bad people. They hot dog it. Okay, that doesn't mean they're robbing banks. So your thoughts on this? It seems to me a little sleight of hand. So you're calling us bad people. Nobody's saying they're bad people. They say they're hot dogging. You either like hot dogging, you don't like hot dogging. But these are good guys. They show up and play catch with kids even after a heartbreaking loss. So I think anybody who thinks they're bad people is off base. But I also think it's off base to try and act like to say they're hot dogs is to say they're evil.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Vince is right. A lot of people just don't watch college baseball, and the ratings back that up, right?
Yes.
And have no clue that you have these celebrations happening with all these different teams. Like, it is not abnormal at all to have home run celebrations.
Notre Dame does their little
Yeah.
thing where they all run out on the field
Yeah.
and do the whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, it is common. Fernando Tatis is very popular in Major League Baseball because of his bat flips. It is not uncommon at all. I did think if you go back to the classless versus Catholics, I think that takes away a little bit from the players because the players are not classless at all. The flipping a bird is. And I'd say cussing at the umpire on strike one, by the way. That was what bothered me the most.
two.
Yeah, but out of the whole season, so it takes away from what they actually were accomplishing and who they actually are, because that isn't Trey Lipscomb, that isn't Kirby Connell, that isn't Beam or Burt or Blade Tidwell.
Right.
So we're isolating a couple of situations that were not resolved really, by the way, internally or externally. And it then blows up and becomes a bigger deal. And I do think online, especially because those are all tweets, right, and all that stuff, online is where it really blows up and becomes a problem.
Well, and that's it. We could have another thing about it. Was this more about the baseball team or about #Vol Twitter trying to take it and spin it as, yeah, we're in your face? That's another discussion for another day. What was the other note that popped into my head and just popped out? It was the best note we were going to have today, and now it's gone. Gone forever. If I think of it, I'll bring it next, but I want to show you what Texas fans don't want you doing. When they arrive in the SEC, you better not do this thing. We'll show you next, so you can do it.